Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Sakura Spirit. So where we last off, we're trying to chase down Natsumi, I believe. So anyway, I chased the girl as fast as I could, barely able to keep up as she picked her way through the trees. She finally slowed down, coming to a stop at the edge of a small clearing. You're really fast. Why did you run? Damn it, why did you follow me? I didn't ask you to come. I don't want you here. Leave! Wow, look at the typo. I can't do that, Narumi-chan. A hero never abandons someone in need, and a master never lets his pupil down. What are you talking about? It's not important. Wouldn't you at least tell me what has gotten you this worked up? I know you panicked back when this wild spirit attacked, but I think most people would have. It's not something you need to feel ashamed of. No answer came from the girl, who kept her gaze lowered. Rolling my eyes, I turned to leave, but stopped when I noticed two small graves. They looked old but well maintained, sitting in the shade of a tree. Narumi. Oh, it's Narumi, not Natsumi. Oh, not my bad. I keep forgetting. Haven't played this game in a long while. My parents lost their lives during a spirit attack. I was lucky enough not to see it happen firsthand, but I'm all alone now. I lost my best friend too. When I saw Mio trapped, I got so scared that I was going to lose her too. I just kinda shut down. My mind went blank. I envy you, Takahiro. You're trapped in another world, and you might never see your family and friends again, but here you are, still so positive and so eager to help everyone. How do you do it? Well, I do worry about whether I'll be able to return to my world or not, but I realize that just sitting around sulking all day won't get me anywhere. I'd rather spend my time helping everyone. But I don't think you lost everything that day. I mean, Mio-san is still here, right? So maybe she can be the reason for you to get stronger. And what about the elder and the other villagers? Isn't their trust in you enough of a reason to fight? It's just so hard. I'm so weak. I can't fight, but you can. Will you help me? I need to get better, and your skills are incredible. If I get strong enough, maybe I can finally protect those I care about. Mio-san, Chi-chan, the village. Well, going to be stuck here for a while anyway, so I wouldn't mind helping you out, but if you had kept your emotions in check during our fight, I would have been seeing stars by now, but who's Chi-chan? You're not talking about the elder, are you? Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that. Can I trust you, Takahiro-kun? Of course, my lips are sealed. Chi-chan is Machiko. Oh, you already gave her a nickname? It's a little complicated. We were friends when we were kids. She was the friend I lost. After the incident, the villagers went on a witch hunt and got rid of all the spirits, banishing them to the forest. I haven't spoke to her since, that is until today. I doubt Machiko-san has changed much from how you remember her. Well, aside from the fact that she might not have been such a tease. Nope. Wait. Nope, she was actually a tease back then too, only not so intense. She used to play fun little pranks like hiding a bucket of water on a door or hiding a frog in someone's boot. It was so much fun. I genuinely hope the next generation of children in this village won't take after the two of you. Bah, you're no fun. It's only a bit of harmless silliness. We made sure no one ever got hurt. We even rescued the frogs. It's just a shame it all ended so quickly. Why don't you try to reconnect with her now that she's allowed back into the village? I'd like to. We had a lot of fun when we were playing, but something seemed weird when I spoke to her earlier. She didn't seem to remember anything, and it looked like it hurt when she tried to. It's probably nothing, but you never know. Maybe something happened to her after she ran away? In any case, I think we should return to the village. There's rain. Oh wait, the rain stopped. I didn't even notice. We should still get back though, I turned my gaze away, my cheeks burning as I pointed at her chest. Of course. Your clothes are soaked. Ah, you're right. Haha, yeah, they're almost see-through. That's not something you should be amused about. Look who's talking. My body is fantastic, and it deserves to be shown off. I doubt your grandfather wants you showing it off to anyone else, let alone a guy. Anyway, let's get back to the village before you catch a cold. The girl nodded, and with one last look at the two graves, she turned and began to walk back to the village, with me following in her trail. We walked back to the village, exchanging idle chatter. I managed to establish that while the girl was training her body well, she lacked the discipline. Amazing. She led me to an unfamiliar building on the outskirts of the village and quickly unlocked the door. Welcome to my humble abode. It doesn't look like much, but I keep it tidy. You can put on one of Oji-sama's old robes if you want to, while your stuff dries. Wow, that's a not bad place. Something I would relax in. This used to be his place before he became the village elder. I never really got rid of all of his things. He won't even notice you're wearing his stuff. You can change in there. I'll get into something else. Before we had a chance to get started, the sound of heavy footsteps could be heard from outside. And soon, though, a young guardsman appeared at the door. Hikage-san, there you are. We have been searching for you. Elder-sama wishes to see you right away. Oh, of course, right away. The guard saluted, snapped around, and took off. Narumi closed the door behind him and walked back to a clean pile of clothes. Without warning, she began stripping off her clothes in front of me. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. My first reaction was to quickly cover my eyes with one of my hands. Narumi, however, didn't seem the least bit bothered by my presence. Narumi-chan, what are you doing? What's the matter, Takahiro? Never seen a girl in her undies before? Oh wait, you saw mine yesterday. Maybe you've just never seen them on a girl. Actually, I've seen a lot of things in my life, but never a girl stripping. What would your grandfather say if he saw you? I stuttered as I briefly visualized how Narumi would have looked without the underwear, but quickly cleared the thought from my mind. Well, he's not going to find out, is he? It's nothing. We need to hurry, right? So get changed quick already. So get changed quick. It's a matter of decency. Aren't you embarrassed knowing there's a healthy guy in the same room as you? At this rate, this and that might happen, and we're going to be late either way. Not really. I don't mind if it's you, Takahiro-kun. I'm honored. I wouldn't mind any of my friends seeing me like this. Mio has seen me naked a lot sometimes. That's not really the issue here. Anyway, I quickly turned around, trying my best not to peek as she finished changing. Tell me when you're done. This kind of stimulation isn't any good for my mind. If you'd quit your babbling, we'd be done already. Get your clothes off and the dry ones on. I suddenly felt hands grab my hips from behind, and without any other warning, my trousers were yanked down to my ankles. A firm kick to my rear followed, and I stumbled forwards, towards the wardrobe. Now! You didn't have to kick me. I sighed in frustration. I had been wrong. Whether it was the tsundere tyrant, Narumi, Machiko, or Maiko, these girls had no common sense. Wow. Unusual for you to say. You know, it's not fair that only you get a show. Hey, keep your eyes to yourself. This isn't a peeping contest. Good thing, too. I'd have no chance of winning. Well, I admit your side certainly has the more interesting view. I mumbled as I snuck another peek at Narumi while putting on the old robes that I have found in the wardrobe. She seemed to have changed most of her clothes by now, replacing them with near identical dry ones. I wonder why she would have more than one set of the same clothes when it struck me. You have a strange dress code here. Huh? What dress code? These are my clothes. Are you saying I dress strangely? No, they just look a lot like your other clothes. Then again, what do I know? There's not a lot of options when it comes to clothes here. In the cities, maybe. But here, you find something you look good in, and you stick to it. Some folks don't even have spare clothes, so I'm pretty lucky. I guess it would be for a tailor to find work in a small village like this. I'm guessing fabric isn't easy to come by either. Yeah, it's never been easy, but these days it's almost impossible to convince people to come here with the spirits around. People used to pay a visit to the shrine, but lately they haven't been coming. Makes sense. I don't think many would be willing to risk their lives, peddling goods to some small village, knowing wild spirits might attack. Yeah, oh dang it, I'm going to need some help here, Takahiro-kun. Are you done yet? Yep, I just finished. What do you need help with? My wrap came loose. Can you pull it back and tighten it for me? I've never been able to get it right on my own. As she said that, she pulled her top up, presenting her back to me. You want me to do it? Feeling slightly embarrassed at the thought, I tried my best to keep my thoughts pure as I took hold of the end of the wraps and helped pull them back, tying them into place. Beautiful. I quickly made sure they were neither too tight nor too loose. Come on, be a man. Just pull it tight and tie it. A little surprised at her reaction, I decided to do as she said and pulled it even tighter than I had previously, securing it with a sigh. This isn't good for my heart. There, that wasn't so hard. Come on, let's hurry. Oh, you look good. Like a handsome young businessman. I look more like a monk than a businessman. Smiling weakly, I quickly followed after Narumi, who was already in a hurry to leave the house. Oh wow. Nice kind of music there. Look at that nice view. And the table, of course. Man, this is amazing. I would just take a nap on the floor. We dashed across the village to the elder's house, Narumi grabbing a weapon along the way. When we got there, we heard shouting, and exchanged worried glances before pushing through the door. Halt, villain! Oh my. Prepare your, did we cross into a different dimension? Stop it! Never! I'm going to vanquish you! The scene that lay before us was unlike anything I had ever seen. In one corner, Micah was cuddling a large empty bottle, sleeping and giggling to herself. At the back of the room, the village elder was hitting a large casket with a lock on it while grumbling to himself. In the center of the room, Machiko lay pinned to the floor by Mio, who was tickling her mercilessly. Naruchin, help me with this. The chest is locked and all the sake is trapped inside and suffocating. We need to rescue it immediately. Oh jeez, they're drunk. Takahiro-kun, can you stop those two? This wasn't a battle I was expecting. I nodded my head in confirmation to Narumi's request, and I turned towards the two girls on the floor, trying to decide how best to deal with them. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. With both of them drunk, it would probably have been easy enough to get Mio to release Machiko. But before I had a chance to intervene, the two girls roughhousing on the floor caused them to bump into the table, knocking over a bottle of sake onto both of them. Oh, I'm all wet now. You spilled the sake. Wow, stupid. Baka, is what she would say. No, wait, would a Tsunure Mio would say it? The girl pushed herself upright, flailing like a spoiled child before turning tail and running through the door. Good grief, she knows what she might do. Naru-chan, please go get her. In this state, she only makes stupid advances at me. Right. As Narumi ran off to retrieve the drunken fox girl, I was left to take care of the remaining few. Mio-san, you need to come with me. We need to get you into something clean. Hehehe, you just want to see me naked. What? No, I'm not. I am not a pervert. Sure you are. Why does everyone seem to think that? I mean, I do want to see boobs, but I have my honor, damn it. Yes, I would love to see Mio right now. Hee. Nope, I'm not going to do anything you tell me to. I'll stay right here and swim in sake. Oh my lord. I sighed and looked down at the woman, who was indeed trying to swim in the tiny puddle of sake onto the floor. Sake on the floor. Taking a deep breath, I prepared myself. Man, she really loves to lick the sake. The Tsundere Chief. Enemies have been sighting... The Tsundere Chief. Enemies have been sighted near the hot springs. Their numbers are about to overwhelm us. We need reinforcements right away. I came up with the bluff on the spot, hoping it would get Mio out of the room. What? We had to vanquish them at once. Come on, private pervert, to the hot springs. But aren't we supposed to defend... Before I had time to finish my sentence, Mio had me dragged to the entrance of the building by the collar of my robe. Oh boy, this will be a ride. No! Attack! Attack! Get to the hot springs and attack! I'll be there soon. And with that, she shoved me through the door with a hefty kick, the doors slamming shut behind me. My hearing wasn't perfect, but I could have sworn I heard a yelp and a tumble following Mio's departure. Well, ain't that amazing? Wow, look how amazing the hot spring is right now. A large open area lay ahead of me, closed off by a tall bamboo fence. There was also a small area off to the side for more delicate washing. Sighing to myself, I began to tidy up the place a little, removing sharp objects and small obstacles that the drunken woman might injure herself with, and waited. 5 minutes went by before I heard the door open and close, followed by the gentle slosh of someone stepping into the water at the hot spring. Ah, the water's great. Hurry up and get in. Whatever happened to attack? I turned around, expecting her to be staying in the water with her clothes on. However, the sight that awaited me was far from what I would have expected from the Tsundere tyrant. There was no katana slicing through the air or any harsh words being shouted. Finally, something that I would enjoy, the character at least. And instead, an attractive-looking girl wearing a simple towel had decided to take a seat in the hot water. But Mio-san, whether it was the result of the drinking or not, the warm smile she showed me caused me to pause. Care to join me? I don't think... get in the water. Do as she say. Yes, ma'am. Finally, I quickly moved closer to the water, nearly slipping on the wet tiles before I made my way in. I folded up my robe, but kept the towel I had found around my waist. Today's been pretty busy, huh? Though, it's the last thing I expected was for all of you to gulp down sake like a baby drinks its milk. It's okay. Like that beautiful on that. The girl said nothing for a while, regarding me with a faint grin on her face. It made me nervous. I would almost rather have her shouting and angry. You don't slack off, do you? I can tell that you train a lot. Huh? Briefly caught off guard by her comment, I quickly gathered my thoughts and nodded in return. Well, I practice judo, so it's natural for me to train my body a lot. I'm sure the same can be said of you, Mio-san. I mean, you look, rather feminine, but I could tell you knew how to handle a sword. That shows diligence and talent, but above all, experience. You started young, didn't you? I did. She leaned back against the rocks and let out a sigh. It took me a long time to become competent with a blade. Days and nights of endless training, regardless of wind and weather, all in order to toughen myself up, to make myself strong enough. It is horrible, knowing nothing of your early life. I just turned up here in rags. The guards found me out in the woods one day while on patrol, starving and dirty. The previous village elder took pity on me and took me in. Everything went well for a while. Narumi's family took me in, treated me like one of their own. Then everything fell apart. Seeing the village that had taken me in, fed me, clothed me, given me shelter, suffering at the hands of spirits, I couldn't take it. As she spoke, she let out another sigh. It seemed that alcohol was making her a bit more talkative than usual, which wasn't a bad thing. I just hoped I wouldn't end up paying for it once she had sobered up. After that, I felt like I had to do something. I couldn't just sit by while everything fell apart around me. The village was devastated by the fires. On that day, I pleaded with the former chief of the guard to train me, to make me stronger. I wanted to protect the village, to protect Narumi at any cost. He eventually agreed, but told me that I would need to strengthen my resolve first. And that's why you became, you can say it, the Tsundere Tyrant? I don't know what the Tsundere means, but the Tyrant part isn't far off. I didn't want to drive everyone away, least of all Narumi. But I had to, in order not to feel the pain of loss again. Spirits hasn't been our only problem. Bandits, beasts, and the weather. The village needed protecting from all of it. It became a purpose, and it made me distance myself from everyone else. I guess that explains why you've been acting like that around Machiko and Maiko. That's right, although I am beginning to think that perhaps we can coexist. The fox spirits, at least. I suppose this has something to do with you, so, thank you. You're welcome. It's not like I did much. I mean it, truly. You and the sisters. You may have saved me a life of living in fear, perhaps even prevented my death. I think you better tell them that. You're right, especially considering what comes next. Huh? What do you mean? The girl's words were becoming incoherent, muttering something about spirits in the village. It seemed like fatigue was finally taking its toll. Well, the other spirits probably won't be leaving the village alone anytime soon. We're going to have to figure out how to stop them. But asking Maiko-chan and Machiko-san to help us is like asking you to turn on Narumi-chan. Maiko-chan, Machiko-san, okay. Hahaha, turn on. The girl giggled at this for quite some time, so I let out a sigh and coughed politely. What I meant was, they'll have to fight against their own kind at some point. I mean, why would they want to help you guys out in the first place? I think you and Narumi-chan will be the pieces we need to solve this puzzle. And we better figure out what to do soon. I doubt these spirits will hold back next time. You sound like it's some kind of game. That's not nice. As she said this, the girl slid further down into the water. It's a bit easier to think of it like that. The moment they get ahead of us, it's game over. The moment they get ahead of us, it's game over. If you and Narumi-chan fix things between the villagers and the sisters, things might work out. You'll have to get as close to them as possible. But I don't like girls like that. The girl became incredibly flustered by my moment, having misunderstood what I had said. Before I could explain, she slumped over, her cheeks a deep crimson red. As I tried to move closer, it became clear that she had passed out. The heat had probably gotten to her. Just my luck, she had to pass out, wearing nothing but a towel. I swear, someone up there is testing my patience with all these temptations. Sighing in annoyance, I carefully wrapped my arms around the girl and pulled her out of the water. Realizing that leaving Mio here would be a bad idea, I thought about what to do when Narumi came barging in. Takahiro-kun, I heard you were in here. I managed to— Whoa! What's going on here? It's not what you think. The great captain couldn't handle the heat. Could you take over here? Sure, that's what happened. I believe you, you stud. Come on, I'll take her. I'll make sure she gets a good night's rest. But if you did do stuff to her while she was drunk, she's going to kick your ass. I shall refrain refrain from provoking her wrath. The last thing I need is a hungover samurai trying to turn me into a shish kebab. I motioned for Narumi to come over. You should get some rest too, Takahiro-kun. And make sure you keep an eye on Chi-chan. She's a little restless right now. Leave her to me. She'll be in good hands. And with those words, I left Narumi to take care of the passed out captain. Alright. Let me just save here for now. Anyway, I'll be ending it here for now, so next part, we're gonna continue more. So, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.